Presented by Sprite, the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for being with us. Shaquille O'Neal joins me. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Detroit Pistons. This Detroit group has been getting things done. They are really playing at a high level right now, going 8-1 over the last 9 games. Hey, Shaq, Brad Stevens at the helm of the Boston Celtics, a wealth of knowledge that he brings to the game. Have you seen him enough to know what his style is?
I haven't seen him enough, Ernie, but I know he's a winner. He's won at the college level for several years. And, Ernie, what I've also seen, he gets the most out of his player, doesn't need a lot of talent to win.
Also uses a lot of analytical evidence in his game plan, some of the new stats. What would those new stats or the Sabre?
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter Doris Burke. Thrilled to be back in Boston. The Celtics ready for that home court advantage. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team. They were dominated last year. Not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series.
And, you know, I think they may have a little extra motivation because they lost last year's season series to this team.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the floor for Detroit, Monroe and Drummond there inside. Magician is out there with Brown, and it's Parker in at the 3.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
Two teams kind of bringing up the back end of the conference. It's not a matchup the top teams are going to pay much attention to.
Well, even if the high end isn't interested, you can bet these guys are. Two teams trying to build themselves up. You can measure improvement in other ways if you're not making the playoffs.
That's a great point. He doesn't get the second one. The Pistons ended near the bottom of the East, guys, again, but still certainly a ways to go.
Well, a lot of their struggles, Kevin, came from just their inability to close out games against the rest of the conference.
Now here's Rondo. Green kicks to Rondo. Celtics passing it around. Clock at 6. Sullinger a screen on Parker. Bradley drives in. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots. For the Pistons last year, they finished with a 23-29 record against the East. And for the last number of years, they just haven't quite been able to figure out how to take that next step forward.
Here's Rondo, following the bucket by the Pistons. Bradley sets the pick for Rondo. Passes it to Green. Makes it off the glass.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Here's Magician. Against the Lakers, he was really on his game.
Well, the Pistons made some moves, but they really just seem to be keeping pace with the rest of the East. I think they have to be patient and allow this young talent to blossom, and they'll have a chance to move up.
Now here's Drummond. Olynyk with the steal. And here's Bradley, averaging 14 points a game. Can't hit.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
And finished off by Brown.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But I'll tell you, the pass was even better. He put it on an absolute platter for him.
Here's Rondo. He had 13 points in the win against Atlanta.
Chipped in with a couple of blocks, too, so just giving you a hint of his potential impact at the defensive end. Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Rajon Rondo returning to action in mid-January of 2014, a little less than a year after his ACL tear. And Steve, you look pretty good.
He did. His shooting percentages were down, but, rebounding and passing as well as he ever has. Rondo, I think this year will be much more effective now that he's got some reps back on that knee.
Brown, good.
He's getting his hands dirty right away by doing some battling on the boards.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Tipped away. Rondo dishes to Green. Kicks it to Sullinger. Shot clock at 5, and the wide open shot from Green. It's Drummond with the rebound.
And Rondo's field goal percentage dipped, but he shot a lot more three-pointers than ever before in his career. Coming off that injury, maybe not looking to drive as much as in the past. He hit that three-point shot at about 29%. I think he's got to get that mark up. If he does, then he could really be leading.
And the Pistons with possession here. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Kept alive. And that one's good. Drummond's got his first 2 points.
Well, the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
And Rondo trying to add range to his shot. Didn't stay idle while he was getting healthy. Seems he rehabbed his shot while rehabbing his knee.
Now here's Rondo. Sullinger the screen. In the corner, Bradley with it. Can't connect from short range.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look. Just lost his focus.
Here's Magician, averaging 20 points per game. It's Monroe, high post. The pass to Spencer. Shoots. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Well, he's off to a good start, and he's a guy who we know. I mean, if he gets going early, he can give you problems all day.
Bradley sets the pick for Rondo. Pass to Sullinger. Back to Rondo. Right side Rondo. And that one goes long.
And poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Brown, good.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Now here's Rondo. Here we go, all alone. Here's Spencer, rips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, nice bucket. They were really playing intelligently here.
And even though the lead's not large, they've definitely got the upper hand.
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And a lot of their scoring in that win came from unexpected places, from guys who don't typically get a lot of minutes.
And you know what? Those guys on the bench, they practice every day too, even if they don't play every night. And that night, they were ready.
Celtics trail by 8. Rondo on top. Bradley sets the pick for Rondo. Sullinger the screen. Back to Rondo. Shot clock at 6. Tries to snap the cold streak, and Sullinger lays it in.
I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Just his first attempt. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Right from the start, they've been aggressive on the glass. Most of the rebounds seem to be going their way.
And Steve, I think they are ready for the fight today.
And now the Pistons fast break. Here's Spencer, finishes the break with a slam. The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs?
Outside Rondo. Bradley against Brown. The drive by Rondo, and the layup is good. Rondo's got 5 now.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's Magician. He's covered by Rondo. It's Parker outside. That drops. Parker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
Yep, it's been a clinic at that end of the floor, no question.
And it's Rondo penetrating. Here's Sullinger. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Pistons leading by 7. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Brad Stevens. He knows they've got to really dig in defensively, facing a very talented offense. He said if you let them get going, they can run off a big lead and really put you behind the 8 ball. We've got to be disciplined, work together, and be prepared to make second, third, and fourth efforts. Whatever it takes to get a stop, that's what we'll have to do. Kevin, we'll see if they can get a win in this, their first matchup of the season.
And Doris, thank you as always. And of course, facing an offense like this, you really have to be aware at all times of the weapons they throw at you.
No question. And, and it's one thing to plan for them. It's another thing when you actually see them. This is an explosive club, so they've got to be ready defensively.
Yeah, it takes some defensive creativity in my mind. He's shown himself to be a coach who's always got a few wrinkles in his pocket.
Steve, Boston last year was a team looking to rebuild, but their offense was just horrid at times.
Yeah, near the bottom in scoring as well as shooting efficiency. They lost a lot of games because of those offensive struggles.
True on the 14-footer. Rondo's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, off to a rough start. Just doesn't seem to have the rhythm with his shot.
Monroe left side. 11 feet away. Here's Drummond, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Drummond's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Kevin, they've been playing with an awful lot of energy here, getting a lot of offensive rebounds. That's always an indicator of hustle and energy.
Here's Sullinger, good on the baseline J.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
Here's Magician. He's covered by Rondo. There's Brown with the 3. That is good. Brown's got 12 points in the game.
His switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And during the timeout, both coaches getting a chance here to review the strategy at this point of the game, along with the discussions. Also some rehydration going on with Gatorade. Everyone trying to bring their top game here tonight.
Yeah, that's why you see the trainers going around to every player, making sure they're hydrated, they're getting enough to drink during the game. So important to hydrate yourself and keep yourself strong and ready to play for these big minutes down the stretch.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. And a different look.